Welcome to Economics Trainer. This video was made to help you strengthen your skills in microeconomics. Here we have a sample question, care of brighttutoring.ca. It's the kind of question you'd expect to see on a test in a second-year microeconomics class. Let's work through it together. So here's the question. Consider a Bertrand duopoly where two firms are engaging in a price war. They both have the same marginal cost of 40, and they face the market demand curve of market price P equals 140 minus 0.4 times the market quantity. Now what we have to figure out, first of all, is the Bertrand equilibrium market price and quantity, and then we have to find each firm's equilibrium output and profit. And then once we have that, we can figure out the market, consumer, and producer, and total surplus. So let's start off here by finding the market equilibrium by graphing out our question. So what we have here is market quantity, big Q, and the market price. And then if we look at the demand curve, we can see it starts at 140 and decreases from there. And then for marginal cost, we can see, it's a flat line at the number 40. So that would be somewhere up around here. So now here, the key thing about Bertrand duopoly is that they're profit maximizing firms, so they do marginal revenue equals marginal cost, and then they're in a price war, so price equals marginal revenue. So what we have is price equals marginal cost, which is equal to 40. So that's going to be your price here. And then based on that market price, we can figure out the aggregate market quantity here by plugging it into the demand curve. So if we plug in 40 equals 140 minus 0.4 Q. So what do we have? We have 0.4 Q equals 100. So if we divide both sides by 0.4, we can get the aggregate market quantity, big Q here. So it's going to be 100 divided by 0.4. So we get 250. So that's this point here. So that's the first question. We have market price P40, big quantity Q. And now that we have that figured out, we can figure out each firm's market quantity, which is pretty straightforward because we have two firms. So we can just half that. We have 125 for each firm, since it's a duopoly. And then for profit, we just have to figure out the profit equation. So we go profit, and we say, okay, profit is total revenue minus total cost. And then we have market price of 40 for revenue. The market quantity for each firm is 125. And let's see, for total cost, you just have marginal cost of 40 times each unit, which is also 125. So you see these are the two same numbers. So of course, profit here, it's going to be 0 for each firm. And now that we have each firm figured out, now we can go figure out what's going on in the aggregate here in total in terms of the gains from trade, in terms of consumer and producer surplus. You can see that there's only the top part here. So this area here goes to the consumer. So since there's no area down here, we know producer surplus is 0, since they're in that price war. So all we have to do is figure out consumer surplus, which is base times height divided by 2. So let's see here, for the base, there to there, so we have 0 to 250. So we have 250. And then for the height, we're going from 40 to 140. So that's going to be 100. And then divide by 2. So let's see what that is. So we have 250 times 100 divided by 2. So we have 12,500. So your consumer surplus, and then of course total surplus, which is producer plus consumer, is going to be the same as consumer because producer is 0, so we also have 12,500. So going back to the question here, we have 0 for producer, 12,500, and then 12,500. And that's how you do that question. This video is brought to you by people who like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also support my work by buying me a coffee.